As the sun rises over Cairo, an eerie silence lingers, thicker than the mist that usually blankets the fields at dawn. But today is different. No birds call out to greet the morning. No cool breezes sweep through the trees. Instead, a strange, oppressive stillness hangs in the air. A few villagers step out from their huts, glancing around, confused by this unsettling calm. Their gazes drift toward the sky, where heavy clouds gather, thick and unyielding. It's as though the sky itself has closed its doors, trapping this heavy sense of dread over their beloved land. But it's what they see next that sends the first chill of fear down their spines. The crops, their lifeblood, have begun to wilt. Once green and vibrant, the plants droop lifelessly, their leaves browned and shriveled, as if drained overnight by some unseen hand. An elder steps forward, his wrinkled face creased in disbelief, his voice trembling as he whispers, This can't be happening." The villagers gather near the fields, each one mirroring the other's horror. They stare at the cracked earth, as dry as the desert sands, veins of lifeless soil spidering across the once fertile ground. Whispers ripple through the crowd, soft at first, then rising like a chorus of frightened voices. The elder's prophecy, is it happening? Did we somehow bring this upon ourselves? Fear weaves its way through the crowd, like a dark thread binding them all in a shared unease. The elder had warned of a prophecy, of an omen to come, but none had expected it so soon, nor so harsh. A lone voice breaks through the murmur of dread. A young woman steps forward, her expression calm but fierce. This is Amani, a girl known for her courage, her curiosity, and her fierce loyalty to her people. As she moves, the villagers' eyes follow her, drawn to the certainty in her steps. She stands tall, her gaze steady, her voice unwavering. "We can't cower in fear," Amani says, her voice clear and strong. "If this is the beginning of the prophecy, then we must understand it. Running will not save us. We need to face whatever this is. Head on." Her words settle over the crowd like a balm. Faces that had been contorted in fear now hold a glimmer of hope. Amani's confidence, her bravery. It's contagious, filling them with the courage they so desperately need. The elder steps forward, placing a hand on Amani's shoulder, his eyes filled with a mix of gratitude and sorrow. "The path you speak of is a dangerous one, my child," he says. "If the prophecy is indeed upon us, then uncovering its truth may be the only way to protect Cairo. But beware, Amani. Prophecies often hold more than just warnings. They are woven with mysteries we cannot fully grasp." Amani nods, her face set in determined resolve. "I understand, Elder, but our people need answers. I will not let fear be the only voice guiding us." With a respectful bow to the elder, Amani turns her gaze to the mountains beyond the village, the place where she believes the answers lie hidden. She recalls the ancient stories, the tales of the ancestors who once climbed those peaks seeking wisdom. She knows that if there's any place where the truth might reveal itself, it's in those ancient stones. As she begins her journey, a group of villagers join her, each one inspired by her strength and resolve. Together, they make their way to the river that runs through the heart of Cairo. But as they approach, a dreadful sight stops them in their tracks. The river is gone. What was once a flowing stream, the lifeblood of their village, is now nothing more than a cracked, barren bed of earth. Small animals scurry along its banks, confused and desperate for water. The villagers gasp, their hope faltering as they take in the impossible sight. "The river. It has never dried up before," one of the villagers whispers, his voice choked with despair. Amani's face remains steady, but there's a glint of fear in her eyes. She knows what this means. This is no ordinary drought. This is an omen, a sign that the prophecy's shadow is deeper, darker than they had imagined. She kneels at the riverbed, picking up a handful of dry soil, letting it sift through her fingers. The weight of the situation settles upon her, but she refuses to let it crush her spirit. Turning back to her companions, Amani says, "This is only the beginning. Whatever has caused this, it won't end here, but we will not give up." As they stand at the dry riverbed, A strange sound fills the air. It's faint, like the whisper of distant voices carried on the wind. The villagers exchange worried glances, but Amani stands still, listening. The wind speaks, carrying with it a message from ages past, a message only she can hear. She closes her eyes, allowing herself to be drawn into the ancient echoes. Words form in her mind, fragments of an ancient riddle. A key, perhaps, to understanding what lies ahead. When she opens her eyes, they shine with newfound determination. The ancestors have spoken, she says. They're calling us to remember the old ways, the knowledge hidden within our traditions. If we are to survive, we must not forget who we are and what we know. The villagers look at her, a mix of fear and reverence in their eyes. They realize that this journey will not just be a physical one. It will be a journey back to their roots, to the wisdom of their ancestors. The survival of Kairo depends not on fighting this prophecy, but on understanding it. With a final glance at the barren riverbed, Amani and her companions turn toward the mountains, their path unknown, but their resolve stronger than ever. The elder's warning echoes in her mind. The path you speak of is a dangerous one. But if anyone can face it, it is you, Amani. With courage as her guide and the memory of her ancestors as her compass, Amani takes the first step on the journey that will either save her people or lead them to a fate sealed by the prophecy.